Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, it's not such a good morning. It's
Morning.
12:12. It's an exciting day. 12:12. Flash sales everywhere. That's why we have less people here. They're probably ordering or picking up the stuff. But it's a good morning to all of you. Good morning. All right. So yes, thank you for taking the time to come and join us. It's already the final one of the year, 4 out of 4. So I'm very, very excited today to welcome all of you, both in this room and also those online. I cannot see you, I cannot hear you, so they can send some interactions, right? They're sending, perfect. Thank you so much. So we're at the final one of the year. It's been an exciting year. It's been a fantastic year. Um, we started off the year in a very different, in different challenges, with different landscape, with season spanning across different singularities in our zone. But I'm proud to say that we've made it. We've made it to the end of the year. And as I was reflecting this morning about this town hall, about the year, I can only think of one saying. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So we have done a fantastic job this year, so let's finish this year with a bang. So coming back to the town hall, I'd like to take a small moment to remind you that we are here for two reasons. One is to update, to give you information about what's going on in C-Zone. And second is about having your interactions so that you can get direct connections with the C leading team who's at behind the scenes making the waves for our countries. So keep in mind, today is not a dialogue. It's not a monologue. It's a dialogue. You can see how excited I am. Thank you. It's not a monologue, so it's a dialogue. So we would like to get your questions, your comments, your feedbacks on any part of 2-hour session that we will have today, as with any others. So with that said, it's my short little introduction. I hope you're ready to go. Perfect. So let me just go through quickly what we're going to cover today. We will have two main parts today. After this, we'll have Lionel to explain a little bit to give you some insights about our new vision reveal. And after that, we will have very special people coming on stage and also online to introduce and update to you what we have worked on since a couple of months ago for the project of C-Zone, right? The tactic leaders. Just bear in mind, we have all 7 of them here except 2 where we have they will not be presenting due to some issues that we will have, some issues, yes, I will say it, not in a negative way, but we are going to work on it and we'll come back next year with some updates on those 2 tactics, all right? So with that said, we will end today with 20 minutes or so, question and answer. So please send in your answers, send in your questions. Yeah, it's right. I know it's been a long week. So send in your questions. Lexi has told me that you can send it through the chat, no QR code. Let's keep it simple. Send it through the chat, and at the end, she will post the questions to me so that we can get the right people to answer you. All right? So I think that's it for me. If you're ready, let's welcome Lionel.
Thank you, Bernard. Thank you very much. Good morning for the people who are online. I cannot see you anyway, but I know that you're here, and for the people who attend also in the room. Thank you again, Bernard, for the introduction. Thank you also for organizing this town hall in a professional way with Lexi, who is on my right-hand side. So without waiting anymore, a few weeks ago, I had the chance to attend the Leader Summit physically, last Leader Summit of the year, where Javier and the COMEX team presented to us the new purpose, the new vision, and the new project of Decathlon. So, of course, I only have 30 minutes. Don't expect from me to go too much into detail. but at least to give you an overview of what are the main changes and the way I interpret them. Of course, we have time then to adapt our local project to align with those inputs. And basically, the timing is to be ready by the end of the first quarter 2026. We need some time to digest. It's not a race. We are talking about 10 years and 5 years for our project. All right? So let's move forward. First slide that is important, and that is a reminder of our backbone. Everything starts by the values, then the intentions, followed by a strong purpose, and then a strong comeback of the vision, 10 years vision, followed by a project. We all know that this backbone is essential for all of us all over the world to be able to live a project that is meaningful and contribute also in the right way to the goal that we are expecting to reach at Decathlon level. So it's a teamwork, but we need an alignment, and this slide is really reminding us, it's not new, but reminding us this alignment that is needed through this backbone. So if we start by the values, they are unchanged. We still have 4 values: vitality, generosity, responsibility, and authenticity. They are all the same. Quickly, without reading everything, once again, you will have access to the slides, so you can have a deep dive on all those things later on. But just quickly, we re-emphasize vitality is extremely important. This is the energy we all put on a project, make people taking initiatives and move forward. The second one is generosity. It's about taking care of yourself, taking care of the others, showing a team spirit. The third one is responsibility, extremely important values for all of us. It's all about how we can act like if it was our own company, like an entrepreneur, and with the accountability that is coming with it. So it's an extremely important value. And the last one is authenticity. So how can we be ourselves? The aim is not to come here to play a role, but to bring our diversity, to bring our added value into the project. Something that has been revamped a bit are those intentions. You know that some of you attended values and intentions. So it's a seminar where we speak about those values and those intentions. And they have been clarified, simplified a bit as well. And I will take a little bit more time on it. So first, Decathlon reconfirm again that its first intention is to have a positive impact on people, and that we put people at the center of everything. All of us are the main assets of the company. With those principles, giving autonomy, giving responsibility, and make people accountable to drive the project like if it was their own project. Second is the value for money, and I'm very happy to see that back. We lost a little bit some time on the way, this very important positioning and singularity that we have. Value for money doesn't mean only doing first prices or product for beginners, but bringing the best values for money, whatever the athletes or people and users that we are addressing. Okay, so it's an end, but we are reconfirming that it's extremely important to be cheaper than the others, because make the sport accessible comes first by price accessibility. Third one is at the forefront of technology and innovation. I remember when I joined Decathlon, this company was much smaller 34 years ago, and I had the chance quickly to meet Michel Leclerc, the founder, who came to one of the stores to visit, because Michel is someone who is very field-oriented, so he liked to go on the field. And at that time, the company was also much smaller, so he didn't have to visit 1,900 stores or something. It was still doable. And he said something that resonated for me. He said, our Decathlonians have to be equipped with the best technology. And so early, compared to other companies, he decided to give a laptop, to give mobile phones before smartphones to teammates. And once again, it's also something that we lost a little bit, this 15 minutes in advance in terms of technology that we are equipped with is not anymore different. Everybody has a laptop, everybody has a smartphone. So how can we continue to be at the forefront of this, well equipped, to be innovative for our customers? The fourth intention is nothing new about the fact that we want to have a positive impact where we are. First, for the people we are working with, directly, indirectly, and of course also for the planet, so the location where we are, how can we make the right choices to protect it? Sport and performance is also a little bit new, with something that I would like to emphasize and insist on, is this importance that is put on style and innovation. And it's true that very often we hear Decathlonians saying, oh, technically speaking, we are good, but sometimes we are a bit behind in terms of style, compared with some other brands. So I'm very happy to see that coming back. It's a part of the values. One of the value is the value of style, among others. And it was re-emphasized that we need to be better on that. And finally, have fun. Of course, we spend a lot of time at work. And before we were saying work hard, have fun. And this principle is coming back. So I'm very happy to see this. How can we continue to take pleasure on what we are doing and attract people who will enjoy to work at Decathlon? So these are the 6 intentions that is coming to a really revamping of our purpose. You remember that the previous one was move people through the wonders of sport. What was interesting into this purpose is that it was short. The sentence was short, easy to remember. This one is a little bit more difficult to remember, but we will get used to it. What is good to see, there are some things that we used to have, people, of course, aligned with what we have seen before, values and intentions. Sport, of course, we are a sport company. Accessibility, that is clearly written in move people through the wonders of sport. It was more in the background, in the shadow. Doesn't mean that it was not important, but it was not as clear as it is. And there is a new word, which is well-being, meaning that we want to extend sport to well-being. So we used to have, when we say, okay, make the pleasure and benefit of sport accessible to the many, somehow well-being is this. The pleasure and benefit are somehow the well-being. So we want to enlarge this territory that gives new horizon for us. Sport, yes, but what is the aim of doing sport is to bring well-being. So it enlarges also the potential product and services that we could do concretely in the future. Okay, so let's take some time to try to remember it, but we will get used to it. But bring people together through sport to make well-being accessible to all is really a meaningful purpose for me. Right after, of course, the vision is something that also we lost a little bit. That is a fundamental principle of Decathlon. You all have seen several times the interviews of Michel Leclerc when he started Decathlon and during the period of time when he were the leader of this company, operationally speaking, he always emphasized that the most important is the vision. So where do we want to go? Not just to write a dream or something, but it's an extremely important condition to first all shoot in the same direction. And then it's a condition of autonomy for people. Because if you have a clear goal, everybody in its location will know what to do, how to contribute to this vision. So then it will bring autonomy, it will bring a responsibility, it will bring accountability. So all those important principles that we have at Decathlon are coming from the vision. Okay? So let's have a look quickly on the 2 main drivers that was expressed during this vision. The first one is to have this local human bound. And the second is accessible and unique sporting solutions. So here we see that we are not only saying about sporting goods, but sporting solutions. So it's also going a little bit into this direction of open the game with well-being, It's also about how can we extend our services, how we can be closer to the users to organize their trips for sports, how we can help them to choose their equipment, how we can make them in contact with coaches, and so on and so forth. And it's also something that is much more in the spirit of many to many, which is also to collaborate with a network around sport and not just doing everything by ourselves that we used to do a little bit in the past. And now more and more we see that we are trying to open this game and to be a contributor of building this through this local human bond, which is also about how to connect with others locally in order to make sport beneficial for all. In few figures, 2 billion people that we would like to impact in a positive way, and with a figure, 10% of market share, which is a huge increase compared to where we are today. 10% of market share worldwide means a lot. And so it does represent basically a turnover of 40 billion of euros worldwide, considering that today we are more at almost 18 billion of euros, depending if we take the core, if we take the different activities or not, but it's roughly around 18. So you will see that the project that I will just explain a little bit after is about 20 billion of euros, 30 billion of euros, sorry, it's 1 by 30, the name of the project. And for the visions, we are targeting to reach 40 billion of euros with a market share of 10%. But more important, touching these 2 billion of people is a very important challenge. So to do so, once again, in a very sharp way, because we don't have time to go too much into detail, but we want to respect a promise that because these 2 billion of people can come from different horizons. First, our teammates, of course. So among these 2 billion, we have our teammates. We have, of course, our customers that are part of our journey since the beginning. At the beginning, we were speaking very much about customers. But we know also that sometimes the customers are not the users and vice versa. So we also want to onboard those users into this journey. So touching our teammates, touching our customers, touching our users, but also touching the society more globally. And once again, in an open way, we shouldn't be only focused on our teammates, on our users and customers, but open the game to try to also onboard some others with us through the good things that we are doing, giving the willingness to follow us. Because as far as we are talking about planet and society, of course, we have to be humble. We cannot change everything just by ourselves. So bringing this movement with others is making sense. Of course, a lot of business partners has to be in the game and to be positively impacted by us. So we are in production. So of course, we have suppliers, we have some development centers, we have different stakeholders, some labs, and all those things. So how can we positively impact them through the business we are driving? How we can help them to grow? And finally, the shareholders. Of course, you all know that it's also one of the foundations of this company is to try to share the profit in the best way possible in the location where we are, considering that sometimes it's challenging due to some regulations, some laws or whatever, but to find a way to associate our people to become shareholders. So these 2 billion people definitely embrace a very large population, and that's why 2 billion, even if ambitious, remains something that is not crazy. We are not talking about 20 billion people. And we'll try to really keep this promise toward these 6 different populations. If we go to the project, so 2026, 2030, so this project will start next year. What can we tell? So first, there is a name code called 1 by 30. So what does it mean a little bit? So 1 billion people is a kind of checkpoint between now and between the vision. okay, that you can also see on the right hand side of the slide. The one is also all as one team. So once again, if we want to make it happen, it's a collective work. And then by 30, it's, yes, this horizon, but it's also 30 billion of euros that we expect to reach at this horizon of 2030. Okay? So let's have a look on what is inside. So there is this representation that you can recognize, a sport field that is so close to us. And the project has been splitted into 3 levels, we would say. First, foundation. Second, 2 enablers. And third, 4 growth engines. So let's deep dive into this. So first, if we talk about engaged and performing teammates, which is what has been called the foundation, definitely we want to continue to cultivate this culture of purpose that is so meaningful, that is also sometimes so different compared to other companies, and that one point that makes some of us working for this company for so long, with this important principle of putting people on responsibility. You will also certainly heard about this fundamental principle that was written by Michel Leclerc at the beginning. One leader, one project, one team, one P&L. So put people into responsibility. So it's interesting because, of course, compared to what we live today, sometimes there are some gaps. But as soon as it's written, it means that, yes, we will go toward this direction. So I'm happy to see this back. Of course, performance. Performance is important. We are here also to be able to create and generate the means that we need to be able to reach our vision. To impact 2 billion of people will not happen just by chance. So it means that we have to perform, that we have to make profit, to be able to re-inject a part of this profit into our project, to open stores, to open factories, to develop products, to open warehouses, to become more digital, and so on and so forth. So performance is extremely important, but performance is not coming from just a singular action of everyone. It's also coming from a collective move. So collaboration is at stake, definitely. Of course, giving this opportunity of people to live what is leadership, because once again, it's a fundamental principle, giving people this accountability, and so then this required leadership to be accountable, and also having fun, having this pleasure at work, feeling that you are trusted by everyone in the company is a key point. And the third one is something that is more about our ability to transform, to evolve, to move forward. Of course, we all heard and started to work with some of the AI tools that are, of course, something that is now disrupting the way we are working. It's like when internet arrived. When I joined Decathlon, internet didn't exist for everyone. It was used by army only. It was a system developed by the army and for an army purpose. It was not for the many. And we see how internet has changed the way we are doing. Today, we cannot work without this. We always go there to check this, to find data, to translate, to do many things, to do bookings and stuff. So AI is also this kind of revolution. It's at this level. And recently, I listened to a guy who is specialized in AI from the US, and he said, don't be afraid. AI will not replace leaders. But leaders who are using AI will replace leaders who do not use AI. This is for sure. So it's not an option. So let's work on that and see how globally Decathlon can help us, accompany us to upskill us on this part, on this digitalization journey. Then let's move to the enablers. So the first one is radically simple and frugal. So it's also an historical principle. We all know that our expense turnover ratio are increasing year after year. And at one moment, of course, it's a ratio. So if the turnover is increasing very sharply and then of course, we can invest, and this is the mindset on which we are, to be entrepreneur and invest when we make money, when we are successful. But at one moment, we see that this ratio is increasing a little bit dangerously. So we have to come back to a principle of frugality, of simplicity in our organization, in the fact that receiving 3 reports that are saying the same things is not efficient, questioning ourselves about the slide decks that we are building to make sure that it creates value for someone at one moment. It's not just for a purpose of reporting. Our customers, they don't see all those things. So it's all about how can we be simple while being professional, of course, being structured, but at the service of being better and to have a stronger impact for our final customers. Frugality is, of course, a little bit linked. Simplicity comes with frugality. So you can see here that there is a strong intention to simplify. And when I was in France during this Leader Summit, I had the chance to have a discussion with Marine, our leader for value chain, and she emphasized very much this part. She said, okay, let's make the things more simple as they are today. Because sometimes we are doing some things for different reasons that do not really create value. So try to, everywhere, becoming more simple and more frugal. The second enablers is about digitalization. So I have talked about it a little bit. So digital is a mean, is a way to enhance our capabilities. Once again, it's not here to replace us. So how can we simplify our daily life? How we can make our bookings through the help of an agentic AI or these kind of things, is to make the things more simple, is not to replace us, once again. And of course, by the end, to make sure that this digital journey is serving our customers. It's, of course, for us, but not only for us. It's, by the end, to make this journey an easy life for our customers and users. Then to build a trusted and flexible future-ready platform. It's true that today we are using a lot of tools. Sometimes we are not connected to each other's, where we have to input several times the data in different tools and so on. So how to revamp our digital system to make it as efficient and smooth as possible, where once again we can make the things more simple and frugal because we have these tools that help us to do so. And the last one is to make sure that, of course, since a couple of years we have more and more data, which is good because making a decision through data is most of the time much more impactful and meaningful than just, okay, I feel, I think. Of course, there's always a part of feeling that can make the difference. You know, some people created some incredible success in the business world by also predicting something without data. But it doesn't mean that we cannot use data, but here the point is how can we use them properly? Because sometimes we're also a little bit lost because two data kill the data. Okay, so this is an important enabler, which is to be digitally augmented. Now, if we go to the last part, which are the 4 growth engines. So first one is about the omni-commerce amplification. So we reconfirm that, of course, our model is an omni model. We don't want to become Amazon, which is only digitally based. But definitely, we have to enhance our power, our journey on the digital part, because our historical strength is the physical network that we want to keep, even if we adapt it. You all have seen, we have different formats, different touch points. We have much more diversity in the way we do retail physically, but we need to enhance also this digital journey to be really omni-commerce, and not only physical or not only digital. Second is how can we also build a loyalty system that is powerful and help us to recruit more people and retain more people.